Hello student. In this video, I am going to solve the most expected questions in JEE 2020 from the chapter Thermodynamics. Let me solve the question one by one. What is the change in entropy when ice melts at 0 degree Celsius? Enthalpy of fusion of 1 mole of ice is 6.02 kilojoule. So we know the equations to calculate the change in the entropy, that is the which one, the delta S. So that is the delta S, which is equal to which is the enthalpy change, that is changes in the enthalpy of the which is the fusion. So divided by the which is the temperature. But here they are given the delta H for the which is the fusion for 1 mole of a ice, that means 6.02, that is the kilojoule. Okay, I'm going to convert in terms of the joule, that is a 10 to the power of 3. Temperature 0 degree means what? We are having a which is the 273. Hence the entropy changes, that means the delta S value that becomes the 22.0. okay, that is the joule per Kelvin per mole. Okay, this is the value what you are going to get. Okay, hence in this case the option is, that is the D. Okay, next one. The enthalpy change of formation of carbon dioxide is minus 393 kilojoule per mole, and that of the water is minus 286 kilojoule per mole. The enthalpy of combustion of 1 mole of ethanol is, that is 1360. The enthalpy change for the formation of 1 mole of ethanol from its constituent elements is. Okay, let me write the particular the given conditions here. There is the enthalpy of formation. Okay, now I'm going to write the enthalpy of formations here. This is the carbon plus oxygen, so which gives you the carbon dioxide. Okay, here the delta H value is that is the minus 393, that is the kilojoule. So let me take this is the equation 1. Similarly for the formation of the water. Okay, the 1 mole formation of the water, I am going to take the H2 plus half O2, which gives you the H2O, and here the delta H value is, that is the minus 286, that is the kilojoule per mole. Okay, so here also the kilojoule per mole. Okay, and let me take this will be the equation, that will be the 2. Okay, and now they are given the enthalpy of combustion of 1 mole of the ethanol. Okay, I am going to write the ethyl alcohol in this form, that is the C2H5OH, so which upon combustion. Okay, so and here we are going to get, that is the carbon dioxide as well as the which one, that is the water. Okay, but the reaction is not balanced here, and here I am going to take the 3, and here it will be the 2, and here it will be the 3. Okay, now the delta H value for the combustion of the 1 mole of ethyl alcohol, that is the minus, that is the 1360. Okay, this will be the I can take it as in terms of the kilojoule. Okay, now see this one here. But what you have to calculate here, that is the enthalpy change for the formation of 1 mole of the ethanol. That means the formation of the ethyl alcohol. So how the ethyl alcohol you are going to get? That is the carbon, so combines with the oxygen and also with the which one, that is the hydrogen, and here we are going to get the ethyl alcohol, that is the C2H5, that is the OH. So for the formation of ethyl alcohol, we don't know what exactly the delta H value. So I'm going to balance this one. This is the 2, and here I'm going to take the which one, the half O2, and here it will be the 3. Okay, now see this one. So by using the first, okay, so this is also the I'm going to take the equation. This will be the equation 3. By using the 3 equations, we come to know that how we are going to get the particular the formation of the ethyl alcohol. Okay, so what you have to do is what? Okay, just go to this one here. Here we are engaging the 2 carbon. Okay, and here we are engaging the 3 hydrogen. Okay, now what you have to do is what? So we have to multiply. Okay, just go to this one here. So we have to multiply the equation 2, sorry, that's the equation 1, the equation 1 by the 2, and equation 2 by 3. We have to multiply the equation 1 by 2 and equation 2 by 3, and reversing the equation, that is the 3. Okay, see this one, and we have to reverse the reversing the equation 3. So now if you do that one, we are going to get the final equations here. Okay, let me take that one here. So I'm going to multiply the equation 1 by 2. Okay, this is the 1. Okay, that is the 2 carbon plus we are having a which is the this one, that is we have to multiply the equation. Now you just go this one. This is the 2O2, which gives you the 2CO2. And when you multiply this one, and we have to multiply this value also, that becomes the minus 786. Okay, so let me take this is the kilojoule. And similarly for the equation 2, we have to multiply by 3. That becomes the 3H2. This is the 3H2 plus that is the 3 by 2, that is the O2, which gives you the 3H2O. And again the delta H value, that means you have to multiply by the 3, that becomes the minus 858, that is the kilojoule. Okay. Similarly for the last one, only we are reversing this one. Okay, that means we are having which is the carbon dioxide. There is 2 moles of carbon dioxide plus that is the 3H2O, and which gives the which one, that is the ethyl alcohol. Okay, so C2H5OH, and also we are going to get the which is the oxygen. Okay, that is the 3O2. So now here the delta H value, initially we are having which is the minus. If you are reversing that one, that becomes the plus, that is the 1360, that is the kilojoule. Okay, so now you have to identify the common term in both the case. Okay, so now see this one here. So now see the here. So we can identify the carbon dioxide gets cancelled, and again we are having which is the oxygen, and here also the oxygen. Okay, just go to this one. Here the remaining will be the which is the half. Okay, and next thing is the water, 3H2O, 3H2O. Okay, now we have tried the remaining here. That is the 2 carbon plus that is the half O2 plus 3H2. So which gives you the C2H5, which gives you the C2H5. Okay, so now we have to identify the delta H value. You just go to this one. So we are going to add this one. Okay, and finally we got the which is the minus, that is the 284, that is the kilojoule. Okay, hence in this case the option is the which one, that is the B. Okay, so next one. What is the free energy change for the conversion of 1 mole of water into the steam at 373.2 Kelvin? The heat of vaporization of water is 373.2 Kelvin is 9.1 kilocalorie per mole. The entropy change is, that is the 25.5 calorie per mole into degree. Okay, now you have to identify. What you have to identify, that is the free energy change. So we know the equation, that is the delta G, which is equal to delta H minus the T delta S. Okay, so here they given the enthalpy here, that is the 9.1. okay, you have to convert into the which is the kilo, this is the calorie here. So here I am going to write it like this. Okay, the minus. Okay, the temperature will be the 373.2 into, so they are given the which in the delta, that is the 25.5. So now if you do the calculations, here the delta H value, what you are going to get is the minus, that is the 416.6, that is the calorie per mole. Okay, so this is the direct equations. If you substitute that one, you are going to get this value. Hence in this case the option is the which one, that is the B. The option is B. So next one. Given the reaction at 927 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere, the calcium carbonate on decomposition, which gives the calcium oxide plus carbon dioxide, delta H value, which is equal to what? That is the 176 kilojoule per mole. Then delta E, okay, equals to. So we know the equation. Okay, so let me write the particular equations here. The calcium carbonate, it is a solid. Okay, it is a which one? The solid, which gives calcium oxide, it is also a solid, and the carbon dioxide, this one is the gas. So let me calculate the which is this one. That means I am going to calculate the which is the delta N of G. That means the number of gaseous product. The number of gaseous product is the 1. We don't have the which in the gaseous reactant. Hence I am going to write the 1 minus 0. That value becomes the 1. Okay. Now we know the equation. That is the delta H value, which is equal to the delta U plus delta N of G into the which is the RT. So the delta U is nothing but the delta E. Okay, I'm going to take this value in terms of the which is the joules. That becomes the which one, the 176000. So we don't know this one. This one I can write it as a which in the delta E, because the delta U is nothing but the which in the delta E plus. So now what is the delta N of G value? That is the 1. R value we know that is the 8.314, and the temperature in terms of the which is the Kelvin. Okay, so now here we are going to get the which is 1200. Okay, so now I am going to write this value as it is here, the 176000, which is equal to which is the delta E, and this value that becomes which one, 9976.8. Now what you have to calculate, that is the delta E. This becomes that is what the 176000 minus 9976.8, and see what the delta E, the value that what we are going to get is what 166023.2. this is the what the joule what you are going to get, but you have to convert in terms of the which on the kilojoule, that becomes the what 166.02, that is the what the kilojoule. So hence in this case the option, okay, in this case the option will be the which one, that is the what the B. Okay, so next one, for the reactions, okay, they're given the which one, the benzoic acid. So on combustion, which gives you what the carbon dioxide and the water, but here we have to calculate the which is the delta H naught. Okay, so we know the what the particularly what the equations here, that is the which one, delta H. Okay, I'm going to take the standard one here. Okay, let's see this one here. So that is what the delta H naught, which is equal to which is what the delta U naught, so plus delta N of G into the which is what the RT. So let me calculate the which is what the delta N of G, because I am going to take these equations here. Okay, just go this one here. The number of the gaseous product minus the what the number of gaseous reactants here. So here we are having which is what the you just identify here, that is what the 14. Okay, so again let me write the 14 plus 6, this will be the what the 20, the product one, and the reactants you have to identify only the what the gaseous, that is what the 20 minus the what the 15, the delta N of G, that value that becomes what the 5. Okay, so now we have to calculate the which is what the delta H naught. We know that the delta, that is what the U, that is what the internal energy, that is what the minus 772700, because I'm converting the kilojoule into the what the joule. Okay, plus, okay, so what is delta N of G value we got here, the 5, R value is what the 8.314 into which one, the temperature is the which one, the 298 Kelvin. Okay, now here we are going to get there is a minus 772700. Okay, plus here it is 12387. If you do the calculations, you are going to get this value. Okay, and finally the what the delta H naught, whatever the value you are going to get, it is in terms of the what the joule, that is the what 760312.1 joules, but means you have to convert into the what the kilojoules. Is a delta H naught value that becomes your the minus 760.3, that is your the kilojoule. Okay, hence in this case, okay, it identify the what the option, that is the option is a which one, that is your the B. Okay, the option is B. So next one, now see the sixth question here. If enthalpy of formation of water is minus 285.8 kilojoule per mole, if the enthalpy of neutralization of monoacidic strong base is minus 57.31 kilojoule per mole, so the enthalpy of formation of the what the OH minus will be. Okay, you just identify the what the given conditions here. Okay, the enthalpy of formation of the which is what the water. So what is the value they are given, that is the which one, minus 285.8, that is the what the kilojoule per mole. This is the given condition, and also they are given the which is what the enthalpy of neutralization, okay, of the monoacidic strong bases. Okay, the enthalpy of neutralization, the value what they are given is what the minus 57 point, that is what the 31, that is what the kilojoule per mole. Okay, so during the neutralization, that means the what the H plus the strong acid and the what the strong base combines to give the which is what the water. Okay, this is the neutralizations here. So now what you have to identify this is what the enthalpy of formation of OH minus. Okay, so we know that which is equal to which is what the enthalpy of formation of the what the water minus the which is what the enthalpy of which in the neutralization. Okay, so what is the value they are given, that is what the minus 285 point, that is what the 8. Okay, here we got the which is this one, and the next thing is what the enthalpy of neutralization will be the which is the minus, that is what the 57 point, that is what the 31. Okay, and now this value that becomes, this is the minus into minus, that becomes what the plus. Okay, now here we got the value will be the which one, they were the minus 228 point, that is what the 5, that is what the kilojoule per mole. Okay, that means the enthalpy of formation of water, which is equal to enthalpy of formation of water minus the what the enthalpy of the what the neutralization of strong acid in the strong base. Okay, hence the value what we got is minus 228.5 kilojoule per mole. Hence the option is the which one, the D. The option is D. Now see the seventh question here. The heat of atomization of the phosphine is 228 kilocalorie per mole, and that of the P2H4 gas is 355 kilocalorie per mole. The energy of phosphorus to phosphorus bond is, okay. So let me write the given conditions here. Okay, so that is the bond dissociation energy of the phosphine. Okay, here what they're given, that is the 228, that is the kilocalorie per mole. Okay, let me write the particular structure of the phosphine. So we can identify the 3 pH bond here, and we are having the one lone pair of electrons here. Okay, you just identify this one here. We can identify the 3, that is the bond pair here, that is the totally we are having the 3 pH bond. The totally how many we are having, that is the 3 pH bond. Okay, that means the bond energy of the pH, okay, that is equal to which is the 228 divided by the 3. The value what you are going to get is the 76, that is the kilocalorie per mole. Okay, so see the next one here. Now we have to identify the which is that of the P2H4 here. Okay, just go to this one here. Let me write the particular structure of the P2H4. This is the structure of the P2H4. Okay, so in this particular structures we can identify the one, that is the phosphorus to phosphorus bond, and we can identify the 4, that is the pH bond. Okay, so now you just identify here, that is the bond energy of 4 pH bond, the 4 pH bond, plus the bond energy of, that is which is the 1, that is the phosphorus to phosphorus bond, because we are having only the one phosphorus to phosphorus bond. That value what they are given is the 335. So now we know that the 4 into, that is the pH bond what you are having is a 76 here. So plus the bond energy of phosphorus to phosphorus. Okay, that value what they are given is which is the 355. Now the bond energy of phosphorus to phosphorus. Okay, so we are having here the particular value here 355 minus, if you take the particular 4 into the 76, the value that becomes the 304. Okay, now the difference what you are going to get, that is the 51. So that is the 51 kilocalorie per mole. Okay, so this is the value what you are going to get. Hence in this case the option is the which one, that is the B. The option is B. So next one. At 25 degrees Celsius and 1 bar, which of the following as the non-zero of enthalpy of formation? Okay, so you have to identify. They are given the bromine, carbon, and also the ozone, and also what you are having, this is the iodine. Okay, remember one thing here. Ozone is the which one? It is a allotropic form of, ozone is a allotropic form of oxygen. Allotropic form of which one? Oxygen. And is of higher energy, and is of higher energy. Okay, so higher energy by the which is the, okay, by 68 kilocalorie per mole. Okay, so now hence, so this cannot be, okay, it cannot be taken as the reference. It cannot be taken as a reference, that is the standard state. Okay, so this one you have to remember, because it is the ozone is the allotropic form of which one? Oxygen. Hence it cannot be taken as a reference as a which is the standard state. Okay, hence so in this case this is the non-zeros will be the which one? That is the enthalpy of formation is which one? That is the ozone. Okay, next one. See the next one here. When 1 mole of oxalic acid is treated with the excess of sodium hydroxide, excess of the which is the sodium hydroxide, in dilute aqueous solution, 106 kilojoule of heat is liberated. Predict the enthalpy of ionization of an acid. Okay, so now this is the most important questions here. Okay, you may get to the similar type of the question. Just go to this one here. So we know that for the strong acid and the strong base, what will be the delta H value? Okay, this value you have to remember. Let me take the H plus. Consider this is the strong acid. Okay, so I'm going to take the which is the OH minus. That means whenever if you're talking about the strong acid and the base, okay, it forms the salt, and also what you're going to get, that is the water. I'm going to write this value. So this value you have to remember, that is the minus 57.3, that is the kilojoule. So this is the enthalpy of neutralization. Okay, for the strong acid and the strong base, the enthalpy of neutralization value will be the minus 57.3 kilojoule. But in the given condition, they are given the oxalic acid. Let me write the particular the oxalic acid. So we know that oxalic acid is a the weak acid. Okay, and whenever it is treated with the sodium hydroxide, okay, let me take in this form. This is the 2 moles you requires, okay, because it is a the dibasic acid, and here we got the sodium oxalate like this. So we got the respective salt, and also we got the the water. Okay, so now see the enthalpy of neutralization for this one. What they're given is the minus 106, that is the kilojoule. This is the given conditions. Okay, so now you just identify this concept, especially this one here. It is a weak acid, and this one is the strong base. Okay, but according to the particular the strong acid, if it is the strong acid, okay, so let me take this is the second reaction. Okay, this value should be, okay, for the second reaction, the value should be so 2 into 57, that is the minus 57.3, that is equal to the minus 114.6 kilojoule. So because it is a dibasic acid, if it is a dibasic acid, that means if we consider this will be the strong acid and the base, the value should be this one. But what is the value we got? That is the 106, that is the kilojoule. Okay, that means the difference you have to identify. That means you have to if you want to talking about the ionization, because weak acid dissociate partially. If you want to dissociate completely, we require the energy. That means you have to identify what is the requirement of the energy for the ionization of this acid. Okay, now we have to identify the difference. Okay, so let me write the the enthalpy of the ionization. So the enthalpy of the ionization of which one? That is the oxalic acid, that is equal to. So let me write the particular differences here. Okay, so the first thing what we are going to have, that is what the value they are given, that is the minus 106 minus of minus, that is the 114.6, because this is for the strong acid and the strong base, you are going to get like this, and the value what you are going to get is the minus 8.6. okay, it's not a minus, it is the 8.6, that is the kilojoule per mole. Okay, this is the value what you have to require. Okay, so if you use that means this much of the energy which is required for the oxalic acid for the complete dissociation. Okay, hence in this case the option is which one? That is the C. Okay, next one. The delta H, so the enthalpy of formation of nitrogen trifluoride is minus 113 kilojoule per mole, and the nitrogen to fluorine bond energy is 273.0 kilojoule per mole. If nitrogen to nitrogen and fluorine to fluorine bond energy are in the rates of 6:1, their magnitudes will be. Okay, let me calculate this one here. Okay, so just go to this one here. Let me write the particular the enthalpy of the formations here. So for the formation of the NF3, we require the half mole of nitrogen plus, so 3/2, that is the moles of the the fluorine here. So now that gives you which one? That is the NF3. Okay, so this is the enthalpy of formations, that value that becomes the minus 113, that is the kilojoule per mole. Okay, so similarly for the the formation of, I mean if we're talking about this concept here, okay, they're given the bond here. Okay, that is the half into, so delta H of nitrogen to nitrogen bond, okay, plus, so 3/2, that is the delta H of fluorine to fluorine. Okay, so minus, that means you are talking about the bond, that is the enthalpy of formation of this one, that is the reactant minus the the product here. That is you just identify this one. How many NF bond we can identify? The 3 NF. So hence I am going to write the 3 into delta H of nitrogen to fluorine. So what is the value we are having here? That is the minus 113, that is the kilojoule per mole. Okay, let me take this one. So why I have to write the 3? Because if I write the structure of this one here, we can identify the 3 NF bond. Okay, because of that we are going to write this 3. Okay, so let me take the particular value. So already what they are given in the rates of which in the 6:1. Okay, let me take. Okay, so let x kilojoule per mole be the, so let me take this will be the bond energy of fluorine to fluorine bond. Okay, then bond energy of nitrogen to nitrogen bond is, I am going to take the which is the word the 6x, because you just identify 6:1, hence I am going to take the word the, this one is the word the x, this will be the word the 6x. Okay, now see this one, half into, okay, nitrogen to nitrogen, so what you are going to take, that is the which is the word the 6x. I am going to write the word the into 6x plus 3/2. Okay, this is for the which in the word the fluorine to fluorine. What is the value they are given? That is the word the x. So into x. Okay, so the next thing is the word the minus. Okay, I'm going to take the word the this value. Already they are given the word the nitrogen to fluorine. Okay, their value that becomes the which one? That is the word the 273. Okay, which is equal to which is the word the minus 113. Okay, so now you just go to this one here. So now let me take the word the this value here. So that is the word the 6x/2 plus 3x/2 minus, that is what, the 819, which is equal to what, the minus 113. So suppose if you want to take this one, okay, so let me write this one here. This is what, the 9x. Okay, so which is equal to, so that means this, the 2 will be multiplied to this one, that becomes what, the minus 226. Okay, this becomes your the plus. Again you have to multiply the 2 to this one. Okay, we are going to have, so that is your the 16, that is your the 38. Okay, that is your the 9x, which is equal to, that is your the 1412. Hence the what, the x value, that which is equal to which one, 156.9, that is your the kilojoule per mole. Okay, so hence in this case, so that means you have to identify the word this one here. So what is the value we got in this case? Okay, just go to this one here. So we got the which is your the x value. Okay, so what is the x value we got? That is your the 156.9. Okay, and now we have to identify the which is your the bond energy. Okay, so you just identify if nitrogen and fluorine to fluorine bond energy on the ratios. Okay, we got this one here, x value we got. Okay, and similarly we have to calculate for the which is your the nitrogen to nitrogen bond. Okay, so let me calculate here. This is the nitrogen to nitrogen bond. Okay, the bond energy which is equal to what, the 6x. So now I am going to write 6 into, what is the x value we got here? That is your the, so 156.9. Okay, the value what we got is your the 941.4. that is your the kilojoule per mole. Okay, that means we got the which is your the x as well as your the 6x. Okay, hence the options will be the which one? That is your the D. Okay, so next one. The enthalpy of neutralization of the ammonium hydroxide and ammonium acetate is minus 10.5 kilocalorie per mole, and enthalpy of neutralization of acetic acid with strong base is minus 12.5 kilocalorie per mole. The enthalpy of ionization of the ammonium hydroxide will be. Okay, so let me take the which one they were this value here. Okay, so again I'm going to take the which one, the strong acid into the strong base. But remember one thing here, the unit will be the different, the kilocalorie per mole. Okay, enthalpy of neutralization for strong acid and the strong base. Strong acid and the strong base is, so we know the value, that is the minus 57.3, that is the kilojoule. If you want to convert the kilojoule into the kilocalorie, that means we have to multiply this value by 0.239. So this is the value. So to convert the kilojoule into the kilocalorie per mole, we are going to use this one. So hence this value that becomes the minus 13.7. Okay, that is the kilocalorie. Okay, that is the per equivalent. Okay, this is very important one. Okay, so because in most of the case they are going to give the kilojoule. If they are not given the kilojoule in terms of the kilocalorie, you have to convert this kilojoule into the kilocalorie. Okay, so we got particularly the strong acid and the strong base, the enthalpy of neutralization of strong acid and strong base, the value will be the minus 13.7. Okay, this is in terms of the kilocalorie. Okay, so now see the first one here. Let me take the first one here, that is the acetic acid. Okay, so see this one, the enthalpy of neutralization of the which one the ammonium hydroxide and also what you are having, that is the acetic acid. Okay, so just go to this concept here. Okay, let me take this one here. So the first one, the ammonium hydroxide. Okay, so and also what you are having, acetic acid. So see this one, NH4. Okay, let me take the this one here. Okay, that's the the enthalpy of neutralization of acetic acid in the strong base. Okay, let me take the strong base, that is the sodium hydroxide plus acetic acid. Okay, so sodium hydroxide and the acetic acid. Okay, what does it gives? It gives you the sodium acetate. Sodium acetate, and the byproduct what you are going to get, that is the water. Okay, so there the value what they're given is the delta H value for this neutralization is what, minus 12.5. Okay, that is the so kilocalorie per mole. Okay, so see this one here. So this is the which is the strong base. This will be the which is the weak acid. So weak acid means what? This dissociates. That is the partially. Okay. I want to know the what exactly the enthalpy of ionization. Okay, for the this one. Okay. So let me write the particular value here. That is the enthalpy of ionization for acetic acid. Okay, for the complete, that is the dissociation, you require the energy. That means what is the neutralization value we got? That is the minus 12.5 minus of minus 13.7. That means why we have to take for the strong acid and the strong base. For the strong acid, strong base means what? There is a complete dissociation of an acid and the complete dissociation of base. Hence we are going to get like this. But here the strong base is completely dissociated, but not the which on the acetic acid. You have to know what is the requirement of the energy to ionize. Okay. Hence here we are going to have the value what we are going to get is which is the 1.2. That is the kilocalorie per mole. Okay. So this is the for the sodium hydroxide and the acetic acid. That means I am going to take the sodium acid as a strong base. But here see the next one here, the enthalpy of neutralization for this one. Okay, so let me write the which is the ionization. That is the enthalpy of ionization. Okay, so for ammonium hydroxide. Okay, so because especially in this case both are weak, the weak base as well as the weak acid, the particular this one ammonium hydroxide and the this one here. So what is the value they are given? That is the minus 10.5. Okay, so minus of minus 13.6, similar to the previous one here. And also we are having a acetic acid. What is the energy we are having here? That is the minus 1.2. Okay, now if you do the particular calculations here, we are going to get that is the value will be the 2. Okay, so hence the options will be the B. Okay, remember one thing, see the last one here. So this is the which is the weak base, and this will be the weak acid. For the weak acid, especially to ionize this one, what is the energy we require? That is the 1.2. Okay, so to ionize the weak base, the particular the ammonium hydroxide, what is the energy we require? That is the 2. Okay, so this is the most important one, and you have to remember the this value also. Okay, and if you want to convert in terms of the which is the kilocalorie, and you have to multiply by using the this value. Okay, so this is the most important one here. Okay, in this case the 11th one, the option will be the which one? That is the B. Okay, so next one. The lattice energy of the solid sodium chloride is 180 kilocalorie per mole, and the enthalpy of solution is the 1 kilocalorie per mole. If the hydration energy of the sodium ion and the chloride ion are in the ratio 3:2, what is the enthalpy of hydration of sodium ion? Okay, so we know the equation, that is the enthalpy of hydration. So let me write the this one here. Okay, the particular the equation, the enthalpy of hydration, which is equal to which is the enthalpy of solution. Okay, minus the which is the enthalpy of which is the lattice. That is the lattice enthalpy. Okay, so now here they are given the which one, you just identify the enthalpy of solution value is the 1. The enthalpy, that is the lattice energy, what is the value they are given? That is the 180. Here what we got, that is the minus 179. That is the kilocalorie per mole. Okay, so we got the which one, the enthalpy of hydration. Okay, so now what we have to calculate here? The enthalpy of hydration of the sodium ion. Okay, just go this one here. So enthalpy of hydration, enthalpy of hydration of sodium ion, that is the Na plus, which is equal to, so what you have to identify, see the ratio what they are given, that is the 3. Okay, the 3 part will be the sodium ion, the 2 part will be the chloride. What is the total we are having? That is the 5. Hence I can write it as a which one, that directly. So 3 parts of the sodium out of the which is the 5. Okay, into which is the minus 179. Okay, so now here we got the value, that is the minus 107.4. that is the kilocalorie per mole. Okay, so this is the value what we got here. Okay, hence in this case the option is, that is the A. The option is A. So next one. The heat of neutralization of the acetic acid, formic acid, hydrogen cyanide and the hydrogen sulfide are minus 13.2, minus 13.4, minus 2.9 and minus 3.8 kilocalorie per equivalent respectively. Arrange the acids in the increasing order of the strength. Okay, so just identify this one. Okay, remember the one of the concept here. Okay, just go this one. So greater the negative value, greater the negative value of heat of neutralization. Okay, this is very important one. The heat of neutralization. So heat of neutralization. So greater the negative value of heat of neutralization. Okay, more is the strength of an acid. More is the strength of an acid. More is the strength of an acid. Okay, just identify this. I am talking about the more the negative value. Okay, the negative value, the value what we are having, that is the minus 13.4. this is the more value. This is a more negative value. Next comes what we are having, that is the 13.2. Okay, so next comes we are having, which is the minus 3.8. Okay, and the lower values for which one, that is the minus, that is the 2.9. So 13.4, the value is for which one, that is for the which one, the formic acid. Okay, so this is having a, which is the strong acid. So minus 13.2 is for which one, that is the acetic acid. Okay, and the next thing is what is the next one we are having, that is the hydrogen sulfide, and the next thing is we are having a which one, that is HCN. Okay, so this concept you have to remember. Greater the negative value of heat of neutralization, more is the strength of an acid. Okay, hence in this case you have to identify the option. The option is a which one, that is the A. Okay, so next one. The enthalpy of combustion of 2 moles of benzene at 27 degree differs from the value determined in the bomb calorimeter by. Okay, so let me write you the particle the reaction for the 2 moles, the combustion of the 2 moles of the benzene here. Okay, just go this one. So that is the 2C6H6. Okay, so for this one, for the combustions you require which is the 15, that is the moles of the which is the oxygen. So now that gives the which one, the 12 moles of the carbon dioxide, and next thing is the 6, that is the moles of the which is the water. Okay, so now we have to identify the which is the gaseous one. Okay, that means the delta N of G. So here the gas will be the which in the carbon dioxide. That means you can identify. So you just go this one here. Number of gaseous product minus the number of gaseous reactant. Hence the value we got, that is the minus 3. We got the minus 3 value, the delta N of G. So we know the equation, that is the delta H, which is equal to delta E plus delta N of G into the RT. Okay, so let me take the which is this one, this is the delta H minus the which is the delta E. Okay, so this is the particle that differ from the value determined in the bomb calorimeter, which is equal to, so what is the delta N of G value we got, that is the minus 3. What is the R value, that is the 8.314. What is the temperature in terms of the Kelvin, that becomes the 300. Okay, and now if you do the calculations here, we got the which is the minus 7482.6. this is the joule. In terms of the kilojoule, minus 7.4826, that is the kilojoule we got. Okay, so hence in this case we have to identify the particular the option. The options will be the which one, that is the C. The option is C. Okay, next one. Now see the 15th question here, 15th one. The enthalpy of atomization of the methane and ethane are 360 and 620 kilocalorie per mole respectively. The carbon to carbon bond energy is expected to be. Okay, let me take the particulars of the atomization of the particular the methane here. Okay, let me write the particular the given conditions here. Okay, if I take the atomization of, that is the CH4. Okay, so this CH4, okay, this is the methane, it is the gas. Okay, and whenever it is dissociated, that means here we are going to get the which in the carbon. Okay, and also we are going to have the which in the 4 hydrogen. Okay, so this is the gas, but here the particular enthalpy of atomization, that is they are given the delta H value, that is the 360, that is the kilocalorie per mole. Okay, just identify this one. If we're talking about the methane here, that means how many CH bond we can identify. This is what the 4. Okay, now we have to identify the which one, the bond energy of CH. Okay, so which is equal to which is what the 360 divided by 4, because we can identify the 4 CH bond. Here we can identify the 4 CH bond, hence we are going to divide it by the 4, hence the value that becomes which one, the 90, that is the kilocalorie per mole. Okay, so similarly for the atomizations of the ethane. If we're talking about the ethane, okay, see this one here, this ethane. Okay, so see the atomizations here. How many carbon we are having? 2 carbon. And how many hydrogens we are having? That is the 6 hydrogen. Okay, let me write the 6 hydrogen here. Okay, and the enthalpy of atomization value what they're given is the 620. That is the kilocalorie per mole. Okay, just go to this one. So this is nothing but the bond energy of carbon to carbon plus the bond energy of, okay, that is you just how many, you just identify the ethane here. This is the structure of the which is the ethane. We can identify the 1 carbon to carbon bond, and also we can identify the 6. Okay, just identify carbon to carbon bond is 1, carbon to hydrogen bond is which is the 6. Okay, just identify. If you want to get the particular value, that involves the bond energy of carbon to carbon bond and also the bond energy of, so how many does the CH bond we are having? The 6. Okay, I can write the 6 bond energy of the which is the CH bond, which is equal to which one, that is the 620. Okay, so we don't know this value, we have to calculate here. This is the bond energy of carbon to carbon, okay, which is equal to, so 620. Okay, so minus, okay, so I'm going to take this value. Okay, this is the 6 into, so what is the bond energy of the CH bond we got here? That is the 90. Okay, and now that is the 620 minus the 540. So the totally the value what you are going to get, that is the 80. That is the kilocalorie per mole. Okay, the 80 kilocalorie per mole. Okay, hence in this case the option is B.